Today, we're going to talk about how to revise effectively over the Christmas or festive period. Balancing festive fun, or having fun, with exam preparation can be extremely tricky for families, but with the right strategies, your child can stay on track without missing out on celebrations. So, I think that you need to know this because the Christmas break is a valuable time to consolidate learning, build confidence, and ensure that your child heads into the new term and the new year feeling prepared and not overwhelmed. By the end of the episode, you're going to have a clear plan for balancing revision and relaxation so that your child can enjoy the holidays while staying focused on their goals and you feeling less overwhelmed and anxious. Before we start, don't forget to join my free Facebook group where I share free tips, resources, and answer questions to support your child's exam success. I'll make sure to leave the link in the show notes. Now let's dive in. My tip number one is to create a flexible revision schedule or timetable. Having structure, but a flexible plan as well, ensures that your child makes progress without feeling overwhelmed. Make sure that you set aside short, focused study blocks, like maybe 20 to 45 minutes, followed by a break. Building in time for like festive activities, so there's balance between work and fun. In my sessions, I recommend focusing on specific subjects or skills each day rather than cramming everything in at once. I'll give you an example. One of my students created a revision timetable that included time for family movie nights and Christmas events. By working in small bursts earlier in the day, they managed to stay consistent without missing out on the holiday fun. It's all about prioritizing. This is so important because to me, revision should feel manageable and productive, not a punishment, and therefore flexibility is absolutely key. Tip number 2, focus on weak areas first. During the Christmas break, it's a great time to address topics that your child finds challenging before moving on to easier material. Encourage your child to revisit mock exam feedback or areas that they've struggled with during the term. Use this time to fill those gaps through targeted revision, like practicing essay structure, improving vocabulary, or working on specific skills that they might need to improve. I'll give you an example. One of my students used their Christmas break to focus on improving their creative writing. By practicing story openings and descriptions for 15 minutes a day, they turned a weak area into one of their strengths before the new term. This matters because focusing on weaknesses earlier on helps students feel more confident and capable when they start school again. Tip number 3, use active revision techniques. Active revision techniques like writing, summarizing, and testing is far more effective than passive methods of revising, such as reading notes. Encourage your child to use things like flashcards, mind maps, or even teach you what they've learned. In my sessions, we often practice exam-style questions or quick writing tasks to make revision engaging and effective. I'll give you an example. One parent told me that their child used to read their notes repeatedly with little progress. Over the Christmas break, we switched to creating mind maps and practicing timed answers. And they saw a big improvement in their understanding and recall. This is very important because active revision saves time and helps the knowledge stick, leaving more room for your child to enjoy their holidays. To recap, here are 3 tips for revising effectively over the festive period. Number 1, create a flexible revision schedule, balance having fun and studying. Number 2, focus on weak areas first. Use this time to build the confidence in challenging topics or weak topics. And number 3, use active revision techniques. Make revision effective with flashcards, mind maps, and practice questions. Change it up a little bit. Thank you for tuning into this episode. I hope that these tips helped you and your child strike the right balance this Christmas. Remember, revision doesn't have to be stressful. It can be focused, fun, and rewarding. Until next time, happy learning.